Actually, we're going to forego the usual sportscast and talk to our good friend Shawn Simpson from the Team 1200. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Excellent.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, survived.
Yeah. Snowmobiling was fun?
Yeah, it was a good time.
All right. Now, when did you first discover that this whole NHLPA thing was coming to a head?
You know, I heard it on the weekend, or I guess a little bit prior to that, some of the reports or some of the indications that we'd end up having a deal done. And it was really kind of my feeling last week when things got derailed a little bit and the players got a little bit off track here that we would end up having something happen. And it ended up, I always felt it was inevitable. I've said that all the way along. It wasn't just kind of, I just look in the whole process. I look at what would be lost if we lost the season. I thought, you know, at some point they're getting a deal done. So thank God they did.
Yeah. Your impressions of the deal, you know, considering what we know at this point?
Well, and nothing earth-shattering. I mean, last time around we had a salary cap, and that was the big thing. That was like, wow, the economics, the structure of the league has changed. This is just some modifications on that original structure, so I don't think any big changes. More a question now of getting the product back on the ice and seeing what you have. Last time we had all the rule changes, we had all the excitement going into that. Now it's kind of like, okay, we've done all this damage. Now how are we going to sell this product again?
How do teams go? You've been an executive in a couple of different organizations. How, first of all, do you think they get this engine that is the NHL fired up team by team, and how do they woo fans who might, you know, try and stay away?
Well, you're going to have to, you know, treat people good. There's going to have to be some diplomacy. You're going to have a feeling, and you're going to have to get people emotionally invested again, Kurt. That's really the big thing. You know, you're talking about time, you're talking about money, you're talking about a lot of other things. For the Senators, which is most important locally, you've got a good product, you've got a good young team, so most importantly, get them back out on the ice and get winning. Yeah,
one of the things that strikes me as may affect, you know, how teams operate and how much money they make and how, you know, good corporately they are in the community is the resale or revamping of season tickets packages and so on that businesses would normally pick up for a full season. Is it possible to get some of those businesses to buy those packages, those suites, those whole things? And, you know, if not, it's going to have a huge impact, don't you think, on the business of particular teams?
Oh, it will, for sure. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to be dependent on the market. Here in Ottawa, we don't have that huge corporate market that Toronto has. So, no, you're going to have to get out there and work it. You're going to have to ask the players to get out. And here, they're certainly very active in the community, very visible. But you're going to have to almost go door to door. You're going to have to get ownership involved. You're going to have to get management involved. And more importantly, the players.
Yeah, I guess so, because everybody's got to be on board to help resell this whole idea.
Oh, exactly, and it's important to the local economy, important to us, and more importantly, hey, I love the National Hockey League. I'm not happy about this process, but I'm happy it's back.
Yeah, I know. You're one guy who thought that all along it would in fact come back a little later than you expected.
Yeah, I said American Thanksgiving. So here we are.
Yeah. Now, as far as players go, we were talking this morning. You know, there's a few hundred players, couple hundred at least, that had some time and went and played some hockey. There are others who didn't play, like Craig Anderson, for example, the Ottawa Senators goaltender, from what we know, didn't play any hockey at all. How long does it take players/teams to get back in game shape?
Well, every individual is different. You know, a guy that's playing in Europe or playing the American League is going to hit the ground running. Somebody that's been at home, you never know. And what you're going to get in that short schedule always ends up happening. The older players, when you get into the back-to-back games, that's where it gets tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough for guys to step in. That Friday night, they'll feel great. You'll go down to New York on Saturday and you'll start to struggle, but hopefully it won't be too bad.
Well, and we're going to see a lot of back-to-back games. We're going to see a lot of every second night games, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a condensed schedule, be very competitive hockey. All of it will be Eastern Conference based. So, as I said, I think they'll hit the ground running. It'll be a great, it'll be exciting. There's no doubt that the product itself will be good. You've got enough guys down in Binghamton under Luke Richardson, guys playing in Europe, and even the guys skating locally. The Senators, as far as a team, as long as everybody's healthy, will be fine.
Yeah, I don't know what it was like in other cities, but you're looking at video from Sensplex, and this is during the lockout. This is some of the Ottawa Senators players, and it was a few other players involved, but mostly Sens players who were on the ice pretty well every day. And when I was out there a couple times, Shawn, I did see them running drills like they would during you know, a training camp, that sort of thing. So, you know, they're going to be in some sort of shape, and game shape is a different shape anyway. So they did as much as they could, I'm sure, to get ready for whenever the season started.
Oh, they have, but like I say, it's not game shape. It's not going to be the same thing. You got to get out there and play the games. You can skate all you want with the local guys, and how revved up have you been this last month? I think everyone's been kind of sitting there and thinking, hey, we're going to have hockey. You're training at home. You're training at home. Now all of a sudden you get into games. There's no preseason either. You're going to go right into the regular season, which is going to be a struggle.
That's right. None of those preseason games, which is sad for some communities in the country who don't have NHL hockey, but it should be interesting to see what happens in the next week or so.
Yeah.
Get back on the ice, get this game back going, and you guys will have lots to talk about on the Team 1200.
Exactly. We'll start talking about the positive.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming in to see us.
All right,
I know
cheers,
you're
brother.
all over the place today. He's a well sought after hockey guy today, Shawn Simpson.